A rare first Superman comic has just made history. A copy of Action Comics No. 1, the comic that introduced Superman to the world in 1938, has sold for an astonishing $15 million. But this comic has an unbelievable backstory. It was once stolen from Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage, disappeared for years, and was later mysteriously recovered. Today, we tell the full story behind one of the most valuable comic books ever sold. Action Comics No. 1 is not just a comic book. It is the birth of the modern superhero. Published in 1938, it introduced Superman, the first true superhero, and changed popular culture forever. Only a small number of copies still exist today, making it extremely rare. Collectors consider it the holy grail of comic books. Actor Nicolas Cage is known for his love of comic books. In the 1990s, he bought a copy of Action Comics No. 1 as a serious investment and as a fan of Superman. At the time, the comic was already worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but no one imagined how valuable it would become. In the year 2000, tragedy struck. The comic was stolen from Nicolas Cage's home during a burglary. The valuable issue vanished without a trace. For years, no one knew where it was. The comic was considered lost forever. For more than a decade, the stolen Superman comic remained missing. Collectors believed it had been destroyed, hidden, or sold secretly. Its disappearance became one of the biggest mysteries in comic book history. In 2011, the impossible happened. The comic resurfaced after being submitted to a comic grading company. Experts quickly realized it was Nicolas Cage's stolen copy. Authorities confirmed its identity, ending years of mystery. After its recovery, legal questions followed. Since the comic had been stolen, ownership issues had to be resolved. Eventually, the situation was settled legally, allowing the comic to return to the market. In a historic auction, the comic was sold for $15 million. This made it one of the most expensive comic books ever sold. The price reflects not only its rarity, but also its legendary story. This sale has shocked the collectibles market. It proves that comic books are not just entertainment. They are serious investments. Rare comics are now competing with fine art and classic cars in value. From its creation in 1938 to a $15 million sale, this Superman comic has lived many lives. Stolen, lost, found, and reborn. Its story is as legendary as Superman himself. This is more than a comic book. It is a piece of history. The United States military has carried out new airstrikes against Islamic State targets in Syria, according to U.S. officials. The strikes were aimed at preventing the extremist group from regrouping and planning attacks against U.S. forces and allies in the region. American officials say the operation was carefully planned and focused on known Islamic State positions. These actions come as part of the ongoing international effort to weaken ISIS networks that remain active despite years of military pressure. According to U.S. defense officials, the strikes targeted Islamic State hideouts, weapon storage facilities, and operational centers inside Syria. Officials emphasize that the mission was conducted using precision airstrikes to minimize civilian casualties. The Pentagon stated that the operation was based on reliable intelligence and aimed at disrupting ISIS leadership and logistics networks that continue to pose a threat to regional stability. U.S. officials confirmed that the operation was successful and that assessments are ongoing to determine the full impact of the strikes. Washington reaffirmed its commitment to counterterrorism efforts and to working with partners in the region. As conflicts in the Middle East continue to evolve, the United States says it will remain ready to act against any group that threatens international security and stability.